September 22nd, 1999. NBC debuts its new anticipated drama, The West Wing. Many call this day the start of prestige television. But The Sopranos debuted on January 10th, 1999. I guess that's an argument for a different day. Anyway, on September 22nd, 1999, America got the pilot episode of The West Wing. In all fairness, pilot episodes are usually a little rough because a writer is trying to throw out some ideas, trying to make interesting characters. There's a lot of exposition. Sometimes it's clunky. So for a pilot, this one is really, really good. Listen, I fully admit it. I was there. Sophomore year of high school had just started. My history teachers were already talking about, we should watch this show. It looks interesting. And I was as wowed as anyone by the snappy dialogue, the interesting characters. And to Aaron Sorkin's credit, I was fooled into believing that I was really, really smart, understanding the ins and outs in politics, because after all, these people are just like us, but even better. These are the people we want to be. Like in my Galileo talk, we're going to look at the cold open of the pilot episode. But keep in mind, this is not just any cold open. This is the first 3 to 4 minutes of a television show. This is so important to get right, because if your audience isn't interested in the first 3 minutes of your pilot, your series fails. This cold open was so successful, the series went on for 7 years. The first character we're going to see is Sam Seaborn, played by the ever so handsome Rob Lowe, talking to a reporter. Now, to Sorkin's credit, he doesn't just spell it out for us. He doesn't say, "Hi, I'm Sam Seaborn and I am the deputy communications guy for the President of the United States." No, he's talking to a reporter. We start to hear names that maybe we don't know yet. And he does solve all those puzzles as the episode goes. But let's pay attention to exactly what's going on in this opening scene.
2 absolute martinis up, another Dewar's Rex.
So are they serious?
I don't think we're going to run the table, if that's what you're asking.
It's not. Deep background. I'm not going to come close to using your name.
You're not going to come close to getting a quote either.
Why are we sitting here?
You sat down.
Is Josh on his way out?
No.
Is he?
No.
I know he's your friend.
He is.
Did Caldwell
Billy,
say...
I'm not talking about this.
Who do I call?
No one.
Just tell me who to call.
Oh, you could call 1-800-BITE-ME.
Sam?
He's not going anywhere, Billy. It's a non-story.
Okay. You're lying now, aren't you?
That hurts, Billy. Why would I lie to a journalist of all people?
Why do you keep looking over my shoulder?
Why?
Yes.
Because Alger Hiss just walked in with my secret pumpkin.
What?
There's a woman over there. I think she's looking at me.
Really?
I don't know. I never know if they're looking or not.
Yeah, I think she was.
I want to thank you for the casual way that you did that just now. She probably didn't notice that.
Now let's stop right here. Now let's look at this. Now right now Rob Lowe is flirting with a beautiful woman, and it doesn't surprise me at all that that beautiful woman would look at Rob Lowe. He's very handsome, and that they would have a drink together. So it all makes sense. Now we all see where this is going. Those two are going to have a drink, and they're probably going to go home together, and that's fine. I have no problem with that whatsoever. But what you're going to learn later in the episode, that woman, the first female that Aaron Sorkin has on his show, is not a member of the president's staff, is not a major character of the show. She's a hooker. Now, does that make for an interesting plot line? The deputy communications director is going to accidentally go home and have sex with a hooker? Of course, it's very Bill Clinton. It's very scandalous. I'm sure Aaron Sorkin's going to go somewhere very interesting with this. He doesn't. See, already Aaron has trapped himself in a corner because he does keep this plotline going for about 4 or 6 episodes. In fact, the climax of the plotline is when a picture is taken by a reporter of he and this prostitute who he is no longer sleeping with. He just wants to be friends with. Except Aaron Sorkin cannot stand to have any of his beloved characters, because they're all his voice, get into any kind of real trouble. So the plot literally goes nowhere. Those pictures in the newspaper amount to nothing, and Sam Seymour gets in absolutely no trouble for having his picture taken with a prostitute. Oh, and just one last thing before we continue. Let's talk about Aaron Sorkin's opinion of women. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with being a prostitute. I have no judgment. But the first woman of the first 10 seconds of the first episode of his hit TV show, he defines a woman whose sole job is to provide sex. Now, could it be that that's what Aaron Sorkin thinks women's main job is? Yep.
Well, also in the news this morning, 25 cars jumped the tracks, spilling 20,000 gallons of sodium hydroxide. That's a
17
corrosive
across is
chemical.
wrong. It's just wrong. You believe that, Ruth?
You should call them.
I will call them.
Telephone, Leo.
I'm in the shower.
It's POTUS.
Federal investigators have wrapped up their field investigation with an eerie test at the scene. CNN's Jeff Clark.
Yeah.
Quick scene, and we really don't know much about this guy. He ends up being Leo McGarry, the chief of staff and best friend to the President of the United States. Here's the problem. So far, we've established 5 people in this entire series. 3 men that are dressed in suits that have proven they're intelligent and respected in their field, and 2 women, a prostitute and a maid. I mean, come on, Aaron, you gotta give me at least one female protagonist who's a professional, who is high up in the administration, who shows how smart she is, right?
You can have a normal life. You'd be amazed at how normal I can be. See, it's all about budgeting your time. This time, this hour, this is my time. 5 a.m. to 6 a.m. I can work out, as you see. I can think about personal matters. I can meet an interesting man. The trick is...
Beeper's going.
What?
I think your beeper's going.
So, I can't. Okay, seriously. So that was C.J. Cregg, the press secretary, the second most recognizable person in the Bartlett administration. What a great job. It's great that a woman has that job. But while Sam Seaborn makes educational references to Alger Hiss and Leo McGarry establishes himself so intelligent that he's going to call the New York Times to correct their crossword puzzle, CJ says nothing intelligent. In fact, she does exactly what Aaron Sorkin believes women should do: flirt with a man. The pratfall funny? Of course the pratfall's funny. Who doesn't like a good pratfall? And perhaps Allison Janney is the best person in the world to have that physical comedy. But do we really have to establish that this clearly intelligent woman, the moment she sees a man, falls because she can't handle speaking and running at the same time? Joe, you're being ridiculous now. I mean, it's just one scene and it's funny. It's not like Sorkin has a habit of creating really intelligent female characters and then making them stupid when they talk to men.
Hello.
Mr. President, I'm sure there's an appropriate thing to say at this moment. Probably some formal apology for the nice ass remark would be in order. I don't quite know how to word it.
Yeah, this is Josh Lyman. What's going on?
Awesome. Josh Lyman's a workaholic, sleeps at his desk. Totally, we get it. Great way to show exposition. But listen, and I have absolutely no proof of this, but if it was the final question for the $1 million and I was risking $500,000 on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and the question was, what gender is the person backing me in that office? I don't need a lifeline.
We ask at this time that you turn off all electronic devices, stow your tray table, and return your seat backs to the full and upright position.
This one's almost too easy.
We will be landing shortly at Washington Dulles Airport.
Sir, I need you to turn off your computer.
I'm just about done.
I need you to turn off your laptop, sir. It interferes with our navigational systems.
You know, when you guys say that, it sounds pretty ridiculous to most people, right?
Right, because it's that poor flight attendant's rule that he has to turn off his computer and cell phone.
Sir?
Mr. Ziegler, a message was just patched up to the cockpit for you. I'm not sure I've got it right. POTUS in a bicycle accident?
You got it right.
You can't use your phone until we land, sir.
We're flying in a Lockheed Eagle Series L-1011. Came off the line 20 months ago. Carries a SIM-5 transponder tracking system. Are you telling me I can still flummox this thing with something I bought at Radio Shack?
You can call when we land, sir.
Also, I never got my peanuts.
Sorkin's goal was to make a show of characters so noble that we want to be them. This is what politics should be. Toby Ziegler, the director of communications for the President of the United States, just mansplained an airplane to a flight attendant. Then, after using his freakish encyclopedic memory to tell him about this new airplane, he belittles her by demanding his peanuts. Now, it's very easy on the internet to find the final script of this episode, but unfortunately that scene is actually not in the draft that you find on the internet. But how much would you pay to see if the script says flight attendant or stewardess?
How you doing, Sam?
Let me tell you something. The water pressure in here is really impressive.
I know.
You could run hydraulics in here.
You want some?
I'm fine.
I'm wasted.
And probably free of cataracts.
I get that. That's funny.
Thank you.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Your pager went off while you were in the shower. I hit the button because I thought it was mine. POTUS in a bicycle accident. Come to the office. I memorized it just in case I raced it by accident.
Oh, look how smart she is memorizing 5 words.
These things look exactly alike.
Take a break now from all the sexist talk. We get it, Aaron. Did we really need her to say their beepers look exactly alike? Boy, I wonder where this is going.
Anyway, like I said, I'm totally baked. But, though it's not like I'm a drug person. I just love pot.
Now, I'm not judging anyone who wants to smoke pot. I have plenty of friends that do. I'm just pointing out that the only person ever on 7 years of this series to ever be seen smoking pot is the prostitute we meet right in the beginning. Interestingly enough, that's not the only thing happening here that we will never see in this series again. Because while it's established here that Rob Lowe's character of Sam Seaborn is someone that is willing to meet a woman, have some drinks, and go home with her, he never does it again. In fact, Rob Lowe's character, as handsome as he is and is clearly the sex symbol of this show, never has sex again. Because despite everyone's love for Sorkin's characters, they're actually quite inconsistent, as are his plots.
Lori, I have to go.
You're kidding me. It's 5:30 in the morning.
I know this doesn't look good.
Not that good, no.
But you know what? I really like you, and if you give me your number, I'd like to call you.
Stay right here. Save yourself a call.
It's not that I don't see the logic in that, but I really gotta go.
'Cause POTUS was in a bicycle accident?
Yep.
Tell your friend POTUS he's got a funny name, and he should learn how to ride a bicycle.
I would, but he's not my friend. He's my boss. It's not his name, it's his title.
POTUS?
President of the United States.
I'll call you.
Please forgive the writing of the President of the United States. Believe it or not, this clip was actually very hard to find on YouTube, and the only one I could find had that writing. So that's the first 3 to 4 minute chunk of the pilot episode of what became one of the most influential television shows of all time. And out of fairness to Aaron Sorkin, he had a writer's room. I'm sure they had a lot of influence on the writing as well.
Aaron is a very passionate, maniacal writer. So the scripts really come from him.
Well, I tried. Well, that's that. What's next?